What's up, guys? It's your boy George back for another booth tour here at New York Comic Con 2018. Really pumped to be here. So we had some audio problems when we initially shot this video, and I'm having to do some voiceovers now to make this sound a lot better. But the video came out clear, so that's great. So here we are, XM Studios. This is the Batman Samurai statue with him riding on the horse. Looks fantastic. Lots of nice detail on this piece. It is huge. If you're planning on getting this, it's definitely not going to fit inside of a Besta very easily. It's probably going to be something that you would have to view or sit in a PAX with the shelves lowered, obviously, for the height. Very big piece. So Batman's there holding a crossbow. Here's the more traditional head for Batman. They do have one that has a samurai appearance to it. The armor is still, very samurai inspired, and the horse looks like he was made inside of Wayne Manor. He looks a little bit more robotic than actually a horse. I'm liking the base. You have a destroyed-looking Joker statue that it's trampling over. So that's really cool. They did a really nice job on the paint. There's some weathered areas onto the armor, so it looks like he's been through battle. Lots of nice different colors. So you have like golds and bronze, blacks, obviously, because it's Batman, and some dark gray areas. You got details there like the rope, which is really cool. Looks like mixed media there, possibly. The cape has a nice effect to it. You get nice texture. The base is really cool though. Lots of nice detail in there. Good. I like how the paint looks kind of a little weathered and a little muted, so it looks a little more realistic. I dig that a lot. Yeah, and it's just a really nice piece. I like the flow of the tail and the way, like I said, the cape flows. Really cool. Lots of nice texture work there. Nice job on this one. All right. So next up, we are looking at the original Batman Samurai line. So these are all quarter scale, including the Batman on the horse that we just saw. This is the Catwoman statue. Now, you've seen this one here. I did a review on it, but, it's here in the con, so I might as well show it. She's looking very nice, like the way they did the paint job on the motorcycle. On this particular one, has some nice shine on the purple areas with those matted areas, so they're not, lots of nice contrast there. I like the folds in the pants, and she's looking very beautiful, very sexy. So nice piece to own. All right, and then here's the original. This is the Batman Samurai. This is the one that started it all. This one's really dope. Really like this piece a lot. So what was cool about this one is it had a ton of switch outs. If you guys don't know about it already, it's been out for quite some time now, close to 2 years, I believe. Lots of nice detail on it. Really good piece. So if you have the opportunity to get that one, I'd suggest that you get it if you're into this line. It's definitely a must. All right. So then moving on, we're gonna go this way because there was people blocking my other direction. We have the Batgirl statue. So this one's got a lot of mixed reviews with people. Some people like it, some people don't. I kind of like it. It has some dynamic energy to it. She's like jumping off of that base. The cape has kind of like a leather feel to it, which is nice. Really cool detail on that. And like I said, very dynamic. Lots of nice texture work in the body, and tones of color there, which I thought was kind of cool. So the blacks were kind of mixed in with like some bluish, greenish black tone. And you have the bronze on the bat symbol on her chest, and the red is very vibrant in her hair. Really nice work on this one, I thought, when I saw it in person. The light grays on the armor, they have like weathered toned areas, so it's kind of dark gray and then lighter gray in the center. So that was kind of neat. And it looks very precise. The face is nice, the portrait. I thought that the skin had really nice tones on her face, so you had like blush and makeup on, which I thought was well done. Lipstick was very vibrant as well, very pops very well. All right, and then we have Bane. So Bane is probably my least favorite from this line. He's huge though, and he definitely commands size. Very much like what you would expect Bane to have, and he's there crushing the base, which I thought was kind of cool. But he doesn't remind me of Bane, so I think that's my problem that I have with him. The others have a little bit of the character in there, and this one does kind of with that tank on the back, but it's not overall my favorite. We have Poison Ivy. You've seen the Poison Ivy review that I did. I thought this is a very beautiful, very sexy statue, very vibrant. I love the colors that they had in it. The greens and the pinks and those brown bloodish areas, the red. It looks very nice. Pops. Probably the most beautiful in color of the whole line. So really cool piece. Again, she suffers the same issue I feel that Bane does, that she's kind of not recognizable. So she could pass more of just a simple geisha statue, especially with the other portrait, which is good and bad. You know, with my wife, it's great because I can put that outside in the living room, and she's not going to tell me that it looks like a comic book statue. So that's cool. All right, and then we have the Deathstroke statue. So this one is my second favorite, or it could even be my favorite. It's almost interchangeable with Batman. I think that this one complements Batman the most. I love the way this looks. It looks a lot like the character from the comic. That base looks sick. I like the colors that they had. They chose that bronze look with the blue, which almost looks identical to like what the original costume has. The same type of tones there. It's different in that the portrait looks a lot different from the main character from the original line, but it's got a nice presence to it. The armor has a robotic feel to it, especially there like in the kneecap. It looks like there's mechanical joints in the armor. Looks functional, so that's cool. And that base is pretty wild, man. It has like some kind of stone statue monster type of thing. I really don't know what that is, but it looks awesome. Love the texture work on it. They did a great job, and they got little details there like that flag. So really cool. Overall, I like this one, like I said, a lot. Definitely a nice compliment. All right, and then this is the DC 1/6 line. So we got Superman. So if you saw our geek show, Seth coined this one the booty crystal because it looks like the Fortress of Solitude crystals are going up Superman's butt, but that is not the case, and I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. I like the way he looks. The portrait looks cool. He's got a stoic appearance. I like how the cape is falling, and I like that it has the Fortress of Solitude base. You can see right here that it forms into his back, so that's what's actually holding him up, and I think that's done very well. So it looks like he's floating in front of the Fortress of Solitude, which is cool. I like how the S on the back is sculpted in, so it's not painted, and it has really nice cape flow. So, I think overall this is a really cool looking Superman piece if you don't already own a 6 scale. All right, and we're going to come right around. There goes Calvin right there. All right. And this is the Aquaman statue. So this one's done awesome. I like this one. Probably one of my favorites of the 1/6 line so far. Again, the colors are really vibrant, like really nice and beautiful. I like how, he's riding the seahorse, and the seahorse is all armored up like that. So, he's kind of like a badass seahorse, even though you probably wouldn't expect him to do that in the comics. Still kind of a cool idea. I like, this is the more modern portrait, so I like that portrait also very much. And those fish look really cool. They look like they're just floating around him, like that, and add some more dynamic appeal to this piece. Nice. Here's the Flash. And there's Calvin again as well. The Flash looks awesome. This is cool because we don't see the Flash made all that often, so I like that they did that. And they have him running on the treadmill, through the Speed Force. So that's kind of cool. They have that whirling around him like that. Would be cool if they were able to make that actually light up, but that's not too bad. I like how it looks. So there's not a lot of texture in the suit itself. It's done more of like a comic classic appearance, so I think that's cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's probably my second favorite of the line so far. So cool stuff. And then here we go. We got the Joker. The Joker is sick. So I'm really hoping that they make some more villains for this series, just because so far they don't have too many. I think Joker's really the only one they've made so far. So they did. This one's the most textured, I think, of the series. So right now, if you look closely at his suit, you can actually make out the lines in the suit itself, which I think is done great. Lots of nice color in it, just like the others. Really vibrant. He's got that crazy laugh, which is cool. And I like that he has all his gadgets with him, and the plume of smoke blowing out there and everything. And he's riding that, clown tank, I guess that would be. His little gadgets around. They did a lot of nice work on this one. This one is probably the most textured of the ones that they had there in the 6 scale. So really nice. Really cool. Curious to hear what you guys think about this one. Which one's your favorite on the 6 scale line? Well, let me know in the comments on that. So here's the last one that they had on display, which is Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman is beautiful. Probably my least favorite of the line, only because she doesn't have much expression in her portrait. I would have felt like she could have used that. Suit looks good. Paint application looked good. I like that base has a marble appearance to it. It really does look like real marble, so that's cool. And it looks like that's Ares that she's standing on, so that's kind of neat. Nice nod. So yeah, it's a decent statue. All right, and here's the real reason why I came to New York Comic Con. I had to see this thing in person. This is the Batman Sanity statue. So there's two versions of it. This is the second version, which has him with the villains around him in like a smoke effect. So it looks dope. Both of them look really good. Really awesome piece to see in person, really. As far as 6 scale line goes, you know, there's not a high level amount of small textures in this piece, but like as you can see in the Batman paint application here, they did really nice job on that. Lights and nice shading, really beautiful. So the smoke effect, the way they did that is they gave it kind of like an off-white appearance, almost appears like marble, and then they have like these black shading around the text, around the little details. So it gives it kind of like a black smoke effect going around the eyes and everything. And it's not done all over the place, so it's kind of like in certain key areas that you can actually make out, you know, who the character is. From a distance, my problem with this one is that it's hard to discern the different characters because they're light colors. It's cool. I'm not saying that it's not. In fact, I'm probably in the minority. It's because a lot of the collectors that I spoke to while I was at the convention, they prefer this version over the colored version. And we're going to take a look at the color version afterwards. I think it's also very good. You know, it's just, for me anyway, there's things about the smoke one that don't draw me to it. So again, one of them is that it's hard to discern things. Like you can see the Bane tank there, but it's difficult because of all the smoke that it's around. Penguin you can make out because he's up close in front. So, but you can't make out much of the details like in his outfit from a distance, you know. So you have to get up on it. It's definitely a statue you want to look up close. They didn't include the glass helmet on Mr. Freeze, and that's because this is a smoke effect, so you wouldn't be able to show the glass in that type of medium. So it's just that was the idea behind that. So they left it without the glass. You see Two-Face right there. You got Man-Bat. So for those of you guys who think that they're not adding texture in this, take a look at the wings on this. You can see the veins in the wings has nice texture there. And then if you look at Clayface, you know, he has a lot of nice texture in his body as well. So there is texture in this statue. It's not all smooth, and it's very fantastic. It's very big. It does have a wide stance, so it's gonna be very deep and very wide. It's not hugely tall, so like when you see this in person, it's not bigger than your largest quarter scale statue that you probably have in your collection, but it's still badass. So here's the all painted version. This is the one that I prefer, and it's really because I can actually make out each character from a distance, and this is probably the one that I'll go with when I order it. So I like that it has lots of texture. I like all of the color. The color is nice and vibrant. Now, I've seen original pictures of this before I made it to the convention, and it looked a little bit too saturated. Almost seemed like toys when you were looking at it in that original picture. But I'm hoping that I'm picking up all of the detail that you could see in this video, and it looks like I am. So, you know, the smoke has lots of different shading. You got grays and blacks and a little bit of whites and off whites. It gives off a lot of depth when you're looking at that. You can see how Poison Ivy, you get all of the shading there in her breasts, you know, so that's done really nice. The hair is very vibrant red. I like how those have those yellow flowers in there. It makes it pop. Bane, you have that bluing effect going around his veins, and down below where his arms meet the smoke is starting to get that gray look. I try to get a little bit into the face there, but you know, it's kind of difficult to get this angle with the camera, you know, because obviously we're not, you know, we can't move the statue. So I try to get as close as I can for you guys. Catwoman is the only one that I feel is lacking a little shading, you know, and her suit's all black. So, but Penguin looks dope. Like how you got that purple vest, you know, I love that face, lots of nice shading in the face, and you have that glass eye, so that's pretty cool, the glass eye piece, I mean. So Penguin, I love that classic look of Penguin. Back on Catwoman, her face looks great, you know, and I like how you got the red goggles and everything, but it's hard to make out everything else in her outfit because it's so black. Then you have right next to her Harley Quinn, and she looks awesome, you know, very vibrant. Love the colors in her, and you got that classic Harley Quinn look. And the same thing with Mr. Freeze. You have the animated series look to him, so I like that. You know, a lot of these characters look like they're just a more realistic version or more comic book version of the animated series characters. So I like that. Really cool looking Two-Face. Look at all of the flesh on his side of his face. I think that's great. Great job. Batman looks fantastic, and there's Joker. Joker's done, again, very well. Has, like I said earlier, more of a Batman animated series kind of ported into a comic book, you know, so it has more detail than what we got from the animated series. But yeah, man, my favorite piece of the whole show was this one. So I was really happy that I made it in to check it out. Really good work from XM Studios. So curious to hear what you guys' thoughts on this one. I know a lot of collectors were really happy with this when they saw it in person. You know, so let me know in the comments what you guys think now that you have these up close pictures of this. Are you going to order it? Let me know. Got one more thing to show you guys before I get out of here. So this is the Justice League diorama that they're coming out with, and from what I heard, it's in production currently, almost ready to show. So we're probably going to get to see this maybe at the next convention. So really excited to see this when it comes out. There's a lot of characters in here, and this is going to be one big piece. So I'm curious to hear who's going to order this. I want to know from you guys, from these images here, what do you guys think about this piece? Let me know in the comments. So that's it for me really here at the XM Studios booth at New York Comic Con. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Definitely hit subscribe and ding that bell to become part of the notification squad so you can get notified whenever we come out with more videos like this. We're going to be coming back at you with more videos, so stay tuned for all of that. And until then, keep it marvelous.